Hi and welcome along. Thank you for tuning in. My opponent is 200 rating points above mine. And for 5-minute chess, that happens. And my opponent is 5-0 up on me already before this game. My opponent is Fide Master Oscar hyphen or slash I, small I. So here is this game. So I'm pretty pleased with it because I'm 5-0 down. '98. So black is obviously looking to play e5, which is rather annoying once this pawn comes to here because of this pawn fork winning a piece. So I know that's going to happen. It's just I now play this, and actually I think now the Fide Master misses playing e4 now. I think e4 wins for black. F5, oh no, F5, move 15, F5, look at that, F5 has been played. End of game, game over, C4. So I get rid of my dark squared bishop, which is the weaker one of my pair of bishops. Now one's gone, so I haven't got a pair anymore. Got an apple. So C5, I can now close off the dark squares. I can start planting pawns on dark squares, but I do have to be careful for any sort of activity, especially around this pawn here, as this pawn is very important because it protects that which protects that. So I have to be, and this pawn here is being protected. So this is a very important pawn here. If that goes, if I can take that off the board, say get off the board, then this is weaker, see? And this is a little bit weaker too. So this pawn is very important. Okay, moving on. King h8, b4, b5, a5. I've got to be annoying down here. And a6, and so here the Fide Master plays a6, and I think, well, if I play b6, it's going to lock things up. So I play ba6 so that the rook's not going to capture because the bishop takes rook. So ba6, and then I just keep on keeping on down the queen side to annoy black, and it works. But I've lost all these games so far. So rook a b1, and here's my opportunity to grab a pawn and have it because it's cake. g5. Now why do I not play here as I didn't play? I should just play rook b7, I think. I don't know. Not completely sure, but I think probably rook b7 is what a computer would play. I played here the move 27, rook f1. gf4, now black has this half-open g-file now for their rook and queen to pest my king. And don't you worry, my opponent does pester my king. In fact, I even lose something on the way. So knight h5, rook f5, queen g3, which obviously threatens now queen g2 checkmate. So I play rook f2, and now probably black could probably just take the e-pawn, e3. But then I do have moves to my disposal, or to my opponent's disposal. Queen c6, one of the ideas I've got. So rook f2, now came queen h3. So guess what? It's not too long till the end of the game, but it still feels like it's ages away. Here I played queen c6, a move I once played against the late E.M. Jackson. Now, queen e3 might be in order, but black's got to watch out for their knight d7. So it's a little bit tangy here. No one's going berserk mode here in this 5-minute game. That happened 1 hour ago. So here's knight f6. Now I can't play rook f6. Why not? Because queen g2 is checkmate, or rook g2, and queen h1 is going to be checkmate shortly. So I do not play that. I play a defensive move, threatening the same thing. So do you think you can find the move I played? Which I don't know if it's any good, but it certainly did okay against this Fide master this time, is bishop f1. Now, queen e3 is possible. However, if queen e3, I can maybe start marching that a5 pawn to a6, etc. So black has to be pretty quick because it's looking pretty good to me. And with the queen on e3, it obviously stops my rook from moving. But the queen is sort of like, that's her role in life. And the other knight on h5 cannot come in after queen e3 into f4 because of threatening knight h3 check, because of queen f6 check. And then queen takes knight f6 or something else. But that looks pretty good for white. So my opponent here played queen h4. Okay, now this is nothing wrong with this, and now plays the leading blunder. I play against this move. I play queen d6. My opponent plays knight g3, threatening, of course, queen to h1 checkmate. Ouch! So what did I play? I'm sure you can see it. And here are the following final moves, because one of my main subscribers likes me to just come in and do it and not ramble, but, you know, that's my nature. So here is the final situation that occurred, so that it ends up being 5-1 to my opponent, Fide Master Oscar I. And sorry about that before. Here we go. Ready or not, here we come. Queen d6, knight g3, and the final move was, of course, queen f6 check. And my opponent resigned. That's all for me for now. From the Muppet Show, I bid you farewell, and so do I.